Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushai, Ba'Hashem Rakakodash. Alright, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And peace and blessings to the elect of Israel out there that's pushing this word and all of its truth and sincerity. Alright, I'm going to be talking about martial law. Because Hurricane Florence just hit, and somebody that I work with, he had a family down there. He was telling me how the cities were blocked off, and I immediately thought of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, that talks about cities being blocked off, and basically everything that he was saying. And I was like, dude, that's like a part of what's gonna happen. But when martial law is declared across the whole country, that's what Ezra saw, right? But if you notice, man, it's happening a lot now. Because like after every hurricane, it's like martial law is declared down there. All right, happened with the one right before Florence that hit the Carolinas. It happened Hurricane Harvey when it hit Texas. But what he was describing was, they blocked off the city because they first try to evacuate everybody, but of course they can't. So some people still stay there. Then they don't have power, and then they run out of food. And then once they get hungry, man, they start stealing shit from their neighbors' houses, or from different neighborhoods, or from different convenience stores and stuff like that. And so they block off the city so no one can go into the city and just start stealing shit. And because when Hurricane Harvey hit in Houston, you can look up a whole bunch of martial law videos on that. They were talking about how people were rioting and shit, how there's like gang wars because everybody was evacuated. They're running out of food, they didn't have electricity, but they had that ammunition. So they started swimming around, robbing people. They said dead bodies, FEMA was like going after people and killing people on site, and they built a dam to flood all the dead bodies out, man. You gotta look this shit up, man. But that goes along with what the scriptures say. Alright, 2nd Ezra 15 and 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Alright, woe meaning destruction. Alright, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. Modern day sword is, they're weapons, guns. And 16, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Alright? Because it's going to be lawlessness out here. It's going to be like the wild, wild west. Because when, there's a saying, a law is only good as it's enforced. Because if somebody makes a law, but there aren't any police officers to keep people in check, they're not punishing people that break the law, then people will just keep on breaking the law because there's no consequence to it. Alright? But yeah, man, verse 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Because I personally believe the way it's going to work during Jacob's trouble, there's going to be certain safe zones which is going to be those FEMA camps. Um, and the only way to get inside the safe zone is if you have that RFID chip. They say, hey, if you got that RFID chip, then you're good. You can come in, you're protected by the military. But if you don't, we're gonna think you're a terrorist and we're gonna have to kill your ass. But we gotta be faithful unto death. We can't take that mark of the beast. Alright? Verse 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Right? Yeah, man, because of their pride, because that's Jake all the way, man. They're always proud of from where they're from. They'll be from the shittiest places, like Memphis, man. And they'll represent that piece of shit city, until they die. West Side 901 Shelby Drive, look alive, look alive. Dumbass niggas. But shit, even Confusion Face Jakes though too, man. They'll be from bumfuck nowhere, fucking Alabama or some shit. And they'll be repping Alabama like it's the best damn place on the planet. And knowing that he has never traveled anywhere. But that's a Jake for you, man. Let's see. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor. Alright, so they're not gonna feel sorry for your next door neighbor isn't gonna be feeling sorry for you. That you're starving, your children are starving. Because they're going through the same shit. They're out for themselves. Alright? But shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods, meaning take all your resources. It's going to be war. It's going to be a war zone, because that's what happens in war. People go in, invade, take all their resources, destroy the resources that they don't need. So if there are any survivors, they'll starve out and be fucked up, and they won't survive. Imagine that in your neighborhood, man. You're gonna have certain groups or cliques or whatever, team up. They're just gonna be kicking down door to door. Taking your fine women of your family, taking your food, killing the people that they don't need, and then they're on to the next house, and then they're burning your house down. So if there is anybody hiding, they're still fucked. But it says, but shall destroy their houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Right, man, there's going to be a lack of bread. Famine is gonna go on. And for you people that think that, I can just go out into the middle of the woods and just live off the land, live off the grid. No, man, there's going to be a famine out here. Shit won't be able to be grown like that. Like, man, well, at least I can eat grass. No. There's gonna be another dust bowl gonna go through here, man. Shit. But yeah, man, that's it on that. With that, I hope this video was edifying. And, repent, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Shalom.